this out.
Look at it, it blew up over there.
Oh yeah, look. Whoa, something blew up. Like me.
My Twizzy gon' lose it, pull out the lose and make it sound like Twizzy. We rich like we boozy. Got hundreds on me every day, I have blue. Killing the G's, I buy Truies and suits. To the bitch, some more jealous, she go.
I like cereal.
Hundreds and 50s, we had it on 60 for money and bitches, that's how do we know. No way in the P and the 7-11, go double cup walking and miss with a perk. I might miss with an S, I might go leave with Earth, I might boot up a guy. He said I put it work, they asked me what do them race do. I told him, hey, bitch, twerk.
Yeah, clean me up.
Yeat. I'm not gonna lie, if you don't know him, you are 100% living under a rock. Nah, but for real though, the 23-year-old rapper from Oregon, oh wait, no, technically California, has been absolutely blowing up since mid-2021. And with his newest project, AftërLyfe, beating out a bunch of mainstream rappers in sales, it's become increasingly clear that this man went from pretty much nothing 2 years ago to a mainstream rapper now. So today, man, we're gonna be taking a look at the history of Yeat and really how he came up.
How many bowls a day do you think you're on right now for Frosted Flakes? Like 13, 14.
Noah Oliver Smith, better known as Yeat, was born on February 26, 2000 in Irvine, California. He would first grow up in Fullerton, California alongside his Romanian mother and Mexican father. And growing up, Yeat described himself as a relatively average kid, which can be backed up very easily when you see these early yearbook photos of him, where he actually looks like the word suburban, but as a human. But in terms of music growing up, Yeat, in his own words, said that he was put onto T-Pain at a very young age because his mom would always be playing him around the house.
When I was like young, I was listening to like T-Pain.
Really?
Yeah, like that's why I feel like that's why I be like singing and shit.
Yeat also says that his father was a part of a band and that growing up there would just be a bunch of instruments just lying around the house.
And my dad, he a musician too, like.
He is?
Yeah.
What does he play? Instrument or you rap or
yeah,
what?
not as much no more. He just like was in like a band type shit.
Yeat has never blatantly credited his father for inspiring him to make music because it wouldn't be until he was 13 years old and moving from California to Oregon that Yeat would actually start creating music. After initially moving to Portland, Oregon, Yeat would finally start making music as a result of one of his friends having a little home studio.
I just caught a duck.
And in the beginning of his music making career, he went under the name Lil Yeat, and in his own words, his early songs were actually trash. I managed to get a hold of one of Yeat's earliest songs, so I'll let you guys decide for yourself.
I don't need no help, I don't need no friends, I ain't saying it again. I don't need no help, I don't need no friends, I ain't saying it again. I don't need no help, I don't need no friends, I ain't saying it again. I don't need no friends, I don't need no help, I don't need no friends, I ain't saying it again. I don't need no.
After Yeat finished high school, due to the lack of a music scene out in Portland, Oregon, Yeat decided it would be a good decision to move to New York. The problem was, Yeat had really no production experience or the right presets to make his music sound good from home, which meant that every time he wanted to make music, he paid for studio sessions. And being a kid fresh out of high school who moved all the way from Oregon to New York, you most likely don't have that much money, which meant Yeat could probably afford about 3 sessions before he started living on the streets. But luckily, one of his underground friends named Wyland would transfer all his presets to Yeat's computer, which meant that Yeat could now make music whenever he wanted without paying. His early style was very melodic, auto-tune heavy rap, and on September 20th, 2018, Yeat would release his first ever project, Deep Blue Strips, on SoundCloud. The EP was very short, only 3 songs long, but one of the songs titled Brink managed to get a spot on the Elevator channel, which was a very popular music channel at the time. They were very well known for uploading the Look at Me audio and pretty much putting XXXTentacion on the map with almost 100 million views. So naturally, being put on this channel was a very good accomplishment for Yeat. And on February 2019, Yeat would be featured again on the Elevator channel, but this time with a full music video for his song Stay Up. And Stay Up would become one of 7 songs on Yeat's first album titled Wake Up Call. And only a few months later, in July of 2019, Yeat would release an EP called Different Creature, with one of the songs Goat Emoji even having its own music video. And in terms of Yeat's sound, it didn't change all that much, but for the first time, you can hear some of Yeat's creativity on the tracks, especially in the song Goat Emoji, where he literally has like a goat screaming like sound ad-lib. I don't even know what it is. And just a few months later, in January of 2020, Yeat would release another album, this time titled I'm So Me. Now, as of now, it's no longer on Spotify, so I'm not sure if that reason is because Yeat doesn't like it anymore, or because of something else like samples, like who knows, bro. Maybe it was just trash. But throughout the rest of 2020, Yeat wouldn't really do much. Like, really the only thing that he did was drop a short EP named We Us in April, and another EP called Hold On in September. Apparently, the reason that Yeat didn't really drop this year was because he was having label issues, which stopped him from dropping dropping Different Creature 2. This album sadly got scrapped, and afterwards, Yeat decided to go fully independent, creating his own label, Twizzy Rich. Now you may be wondering, what exactly is a Twizzy? Well, according to Yeat, the word Twizzy means twin. Yeat likes to make a bunch of words up because apparently during his childhood, his dad would do the exact same thing and just make words for things. So that's why a lot of the time, when Yeat talks, like, it's just actually gibberish. But Yeat's first release of 2021 would be the album Alivë, released in April of that year. And while this album wouldn't be the one that actually blew up Yeat, it was one of the albums that really kickstarted Yeat's new sound. I could only find one music video that actually came as a result of this album, and that music video was for the song OXY.
I just woke up in a sack fifth. Bitch, you broke, you just act rich. I got bread like a sandwich. I see gummies leaving, I took it Eddie.
And in June of 2021, Yeat would release 4L, the album. Now, this album would actually be the first one to really blow Yeat up, with the song Money Twerk going viral.
My Twizzy gon' lose it, pull out the little Uzi, make it sound like Twizzy, we rich like we boozy.
And one of the most iconic Yeat songs, Sorry About That, going completely viral on TikTok.
See me up like it's Benny Bachi. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Only 2 months later, Yeat would release an EP called Trëndi, which included the sequel to Sorry About That, titled Mad About That. And to make sure that the song wasn't just a copy and paste of Sorry About That, Yeat introduced the iconic bells into the song.
Bitch, I'm mad about that. This bitch mistake me for a broke. Bitch, I'm mad about that.
And I think that Yeat knew that the bells made him stand out, so less than a month later, Yeat would release the single Gët Busy.
This song already was turned, but here's a bell. Every day that I know is rich as hell. I just put it 8, I feel like damn. We not bustery, we not getting ahead, no semi-M's.
Once this song was released, it went absolutely viral on TikTok. People like Trippie, Red, and Drake were bumping it. Yeat even got to link up with Drake, which is absolutely huge. And since Yeat is the absolute king of capitalizing on hype, only 9 days after Gët Busy released, he released his album Up To Me. This album was an instant success. It got to number 58 on Billboard, becoming Yeat's first official debut, and it had songs like Gët Busy, Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Racks on that table, yeah, racks on that yacht.
You Could Tell,
It's like this feel great, yeah, we get like shit on plate.
Turban, Deserve It,
I deserve it, yeah.
and Money So Big.
Better tell you how I'm doing this shit. I got the devil on my phone.
To this day, Money So Big is still his biggest song on Spotify. So it's pretty safe to say 2021 was an absolutely insane year for Yeat. But 2022 was about to be even better. Because pretty much right when the year started, one of Yeat's leaked songs titled Dub went viral on TikTok after a person named Twisty P recited the lyrics while on an Instagram live.
Hey, what the problem, man? I'm spinning on these purse like I'm a laundromat.
It became pretty much the biggest sound on TikTok for like 2 months. And on February 10th of 2022, Yeat released the song Still Counting, which was meant to be the lead single for his new album 2 Alive. And this time, the song came with a music video from Lyrical Lemonade. And only 1 week later, on February 18th of 2022, Yeat would release his album 2 Alive, which would sell 35,000 copies first week. And less than a month later, on March 16th of 2022, the music video for Poppin' would release again on Lyrical Lemonade.
I need my drugs, I need my love.
And less than half a month later, on April 1st of 2022, after linking up with Lil Uzi Vert, the Deluxe for 2 Alive, titled Geek Pack, would release. The Deluxe featured 2 features from Lil Uzi Vert, as well as the long-awaited dub song, making it yet another dub for Yeat. I'm sorry. And 2 months later, in June of 2022, after Lyrical Lemonade / Cole Bennett were approached by Illumination to make a trailer for the Minions movie, Yeat stepped in and made the soundtrack for the trailer, that song being Rich Minion.
I count money, I count money, I count money.
Now, other than Yeat getting $1 million to make the song,
I made it for the means.
the song also resulted in a TikTok trend called the Gentleminions, where people would wear suits and just go watch the Minions at the theater. The trend got so big to the point that people like Mr. Beast were doing it, and this trend once again brought a bunch of attention to Yeat's name. And a little bit later in June of 2022, yet another Yeat snippet would go viral. The snippet for the song Talk went viral on TikTok and ended up becoming one of the top sounds for the summer.
All we do is go #1. And I just brought in some ends, little bitches the first of the month.
And on September September 9th of 2022, the Lyfë EP would officially drop, with the only feature being Lil Uzi Vert on the song Flawless.
You don't exist. Take a perk and talk it and see.
The biggest hits from this EP are Flawless, Out the Way,
I bought a yours today. Penny all your like bird.
and Talk. And even though Lyfë was just an EP, it ended up selling just around the same as Too Alive, which was amazing for Yeat, because Lyfë was really just supposed to be something to hold off his fans and to lead up to his actual album named AftërLyfe. On February 20th of 2023, he would release the official track list on his Instagram store. The features were Youngboy, Himself Again, and Talking Bang. And on February 24th, AftërLyfe would officially drop, and in the first day alone, it would garner nearly 20 million streams. And within the first 3 days, the first week album sale projections were from 60K to 70K. Now, it has been over a week since the album dropped, and the official sales were 54K. Yeat's rise in the music industry has been absolutely meteoric, and, you know, let's just see where this guy, you know, I don't know, maybe he'll fall off. I really don't know, bro.
By the tree highs to the flow like a pine cone. I'm on a mission for the moons. It can't be this in milestone. Big water cash, got a rash in my thigh bone. Water cash, got a rash in my thigh bone. Rock, make a cracker, hit the quan, but ain't from Tennessee. Get your chain back, non-fungible. NFT, Marco Rubio, I call the shots for the CDC. 1 and 7, you running some killer pads on the knee. This is real, this is me, can't rock. How you holding here, do? He a man thought. FSU, bitch, trying to fucking let that man watch. You might need some new life insurance, John Hancock. Was laughing how I keep a hat on, nice hats off, big gun, put it up, pants and make it back off. Chopper with a lottery number, had to scratch off. Chopper with a lottery number, had to scratch off. Handgun, ate a lot like a goose, this gloop. That a Eggman and on the wall, wrist beat a scoop at you. I just took his girl, now that boy belong in no boo. Rumor has it you want beef with me, all whack.